Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard. We are live in downtown Vegas on a Football Friday from the Circa Resort and Casino. Big 3-hour program lined up today. Professional sports bettor Chuck Edel on the program. 3 of his best bets for the college and NFL weekend coming up at that time. In an hour, VSiN host Mike Somich always comes with a ton of sides, totals, player props, maybe even some ladder bets as well. And later on, Doug Gazarian on the WNBA Finals. He's in the Friday Night Football Invitational here at Circa. His best bets for the weekend as well. And Pauly, as Lloyd Christmas said in Dumb and Dumber, I hate goodbyes. I had to say goodbye to a grand total of 6 Survivor entries last night.
Oh, no.
5 here at Circa and 1 in the $5,000 contest over at the Westgate.
Oh, you were one of the 26.
I was indeed.
I like that they announced that immediately. Once they kick off, how many people are on the Thursday night game? They got me too, not as many. Condolences. That one's tough. I know you're livid at McVay. I know, again, it's kind of like the Green Bay game and the tie. It's also like the Eagles-Rams game. Like 10 things have to go against you in that situation.
I mean, truly,
the fumble
it did.
at the 1, the missed extra point, the missed field goal. That one's tough to take.
The amount of times that they allowed a conversion on 3rd down and long to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Also, I believe the 49ers were perfect on 4th down last night. It's tough for me to go back and relive the game and look at the box score after losing that many entries in Survivor. But in my head, and the fact that they came out last night, and as soon as they kicked off, here you go, San Francisco. How about with a backup quarterback and 6 guys injured on offense, just right down the field for a touchdown? Where was their defense? Where were the adjustments made? And then Sean McVay has to get absolutely destroyed today for many things that he did, one of which was the play call on 4th down. I have no issue going for it on 4th down. That's fine. But there was a timeout taken. You could do whatever. But you ran it right in, and I have tons of numbers on this as well. The Niners are absolutely elite at stuffed rate and short yardage stuff where you can't get it against them. How about you maybe use some deception and go Puka around the corner? You never rush him the entire time.
That would have worked.
But the biggest blank damn thing that happened in the game last night was this team just drove down. Forget the fumble for a second. They drove down to tie it up to send to overtime. You go to overtime, and the decision was made to kick off? Why would you not have the 49ers defense back on the field? You're going to tell me it's because you wanted to know what they were going to do first, either a field goal or a touchdown. That way you can maybe win the game? Asinine. I hated that decision.
Yeah. Give me the ball. Because, as Mike Florio pointed out today, they keep saying new rules, both teams get the ball. Not necessarily. Because you can have a 9-minute drive and then you're cooked.
Sure.
It's 10 minutes.
That's right.
So that's the other thing is, what if Dallas had a 9-minute drive against Green Bay, and that's what if they took more time with the 49ers with that drive? But and this guy refuses to run the ball 3rd and 1. And I've had enough of it. Because I had him against the Eagles, and it's just ridiculous. Because if you pass on 3rd down, they know what you're going to do on 4th.
You'd think.
And they got stuffed twice doing that as well. But the other thing was, 15 times they gave the ball to a running back. All 15 times they got at least a yard until the final play. But then again, that's where the Niners are great, and they know what you're going to do, 4th and 1, and they stuff the play.
Yep. So here you go.
No one throws the ball more on 3rd and 1, and it fails over and over and over again, and he keeps doing it.
Here are the numbers. Warren Sharp had this heading into the game last night in short yardage, 2 yards or fewer. The 49ers run defense on the season ranked number 1 in percentage of run stuff for 1 yard or less, 81% of the time. Number 2 in EPA per rushing allowed, number 3 in success rate allowed, and number 3 in first down rate at only 44%. Stafford was only pressured on 20% of his dropbacks last night, 10 out of 48 dropbacks. Second lowest pressure rate since the start of the 2024 season. 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. He left some on the field there as well. And you elect not to have the ball in his hands or the hands of Puka Nacua, who is going to run away with everything to do with receiving this year.
Can they fix these special teams? How about the kickoff?
I say no.
The kickoff came back to bite him too.
Major problem here.
Yeah, you gave him the ball at the 40-yard line. He had another kick block. He missed a field goal. The missed extra points always loom large. It got him there as well. It's just you got to clean this stuff up, especially when Pinheiro, who was not even in the league, not even on a team, hits from 59 yards like it's no problem.
I know. And then by the way, he doinks one in overtime.
That too.
That's how much had to go against you last night. Now, that said, McVay did own it after the game, but I wish he would have realized that while the game was going on. He said that he was sick to his stomach. He swore actually to the media, calling it a crappy spot. Use a different word, obviously. We have that? Yeah, here you go. This is McVay to the media right after the game last night.
No, we came in here to try to win the football game. It didn't go down for us, Gary. That wasn't even a thought, but the play selection was very poor. I'm sick right now because I put our players in a spot, and I got to live with that.
Totally right.
Very good. I can't imagine you're just going to kick the field goal. The best case then is a tie. So you got to go for that.
Yeah, they were going to go for it.
Right.
Now let me ask you this.
Just a bad play call.
So you had multiple entries on him?
Yeah.
Were you okay with it last night after the game was over with? Going to bed? We have this conversation all the time. Were you okay with it this morning, thinking about it again?
Well, I guess it's easier to say. I split some of them up. I still think if the Titans get me, so be it. But play Arizona. But that's, no Bosa, no Kittle, backup quarterback, no Pearsall, no Ayuk, and no Jennings. I mean, how do you lose that game?
Sure.
And Mac Jones was awesome. And again, the guy, I'll tell you this, you were on this as well. This does not look good for Belichick.
Not at all.
Mac Jones was a debacle. It was an abomination at the end of New England. It doesn't help that the defensive coordinator is calling the plays on offense. Mac Jones was horrendous at the end in New England. And now look what Shanahan's doing with him. And I'll tell you, that Purdy contract's a big problem now.
Sure.
Because this is, how do you say, Purdy, take your time, fine. And apparently he's not even going to play next week. When this guy looks like that and throws for 342, Mac Jones has been great.
Looked awesome. And I had people respond to me on X last night saying, this is not the same Mac Jones that was in New England. Yeah, because Belichick did not put him in the right position.
Wouldn't talk to him at the end.
Yeah, you're seeing what a good offensive coach is capable of doing here with Kyle Shanahan. And by the way, people who are on Shanahan to win Coach of the Year, absolutely live and kicking. And Richard Sherman, the first words out of his mouth last night on the postgame, Kyle Shanahan is right in the mix to win Coach of the Year. I'd chop around for him today because if they're going to have a zillion injuries and they're a playoff team, they maybe win that division.
Oh, yeah, with that, yeah. Some tough games coming up, I know. Mac Jones was 7-1 to throw for 300 yards here. Both quarterbacks to complete 25 passes, 10-1 at William Hill. Guy was awesome.
Yeah, so I mean...
And hurt.
Living through that for 3.5 hours and then right away afterwards, it sucked. But I got over it. And I actually slept well last night. And this is coming from a guy who does not sleep well ever. And I went to bed, and I woke up this morning. I actually felt pretty damn good. And I was totally okay with using the Rams. They could have won the game 10 different times overall.
Yeah.
And so if this was, a couple of years ago, I probably would have been a lot more bitter. But I'm fine with that call. I'm fine with taking the Rams overall. This is the, on one of my entries, Pauly, in Circa, the path that I took with a friend of the show, Kevin Rogers, on this entry. Jacksonville in week 1, never going to use them again. Dallas week 2, never going to use them again. Minnesota week 3, never going to use them again. Houston week 4.
Nice.
If we got by on this ticket, I love that entry so much. And as Kevin said to me last night after the game, well, we ended up going 1-1 in heart attack games. And I responded to him, you know what makes this so difficult? You have to go undefeated in heart attack games to win any Survivor contest.
Yeah.
And that is not easy to do.
Yep. Before the fumble, the Niners were plus 575 to win the game in play.
Yeah, I saw minus 950 on the Rams to win it when they had first and goal at the 3-yard line. And oh, by the way, that's something else and I don't even know if Al Michaels, who's getting absolutely ripped.
Yeah, Al had a tough night.
Kirk as well on the broadcast. Did anybody point this out? Right before the fumble, the player who swatted at the ball for the 49ers, it was an accident, but he hit Kyren Williams at the very top of his helmet, and you could see it it caught him, and that's when the fumble happened right after that. No mention of it whatsoever. I don't even know what that is because we never see that in the NFL, but now they're just trying to Mike Tyson these balls out all the time, and they're doing it with some pretty good success. So that guy was bringing the tomahawk down on Kyren Williams to hit the ball, hit him right in the head, and his head goes flying back like that. No flag, nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what the referees are supposed to do in that spot.
Well, that's why we love this sport, though, and we love this contest. Because the big move from 3 up to 9, all these guys out for the 49ers, how bad Mac looked in Jacksonville and New England, and then that finish as well. And it's just, you got to respect your opponent, though, too.
Yeah.
They came out flat.
Yep.
They came out flat. You look up, you're down 2 scores. Like, these guys are ready to play.
Yep.
And Shanahan did a hell of a job with the game plan. The quick stuff to McCaffrey, the stuff to Bourne. Bourne was 9-1, most receiving yards. The tickets at cash last night, insanity. 14-1 overtime. I mean, it was madness, and everything went over, except Puka, who had 10 catches, but stayed under as well. So that's a bad loss by the Rams. And the one thing I forgot about, it was a 49er home game. Again.
Yeah.
Got to use the silent snap count. No Rams fans.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's never going to be a good feeling when you leave a Survivor contest. Doesn't matter if it's week 1 or if it's week 18. The level of pain certainly goes up for sure.
How popular do you think they were?
I think they were very popular.
I do, yes.
But
I would say 25%.
Yeah, here's, again, another reason why I'm good at the Pauly. Schlittler happens. And it happened twice last night.
It does.
It happened to the Red Sox in baseball, and it happened to those of us who were on Rams in Survivor.
That's right. Well said. That had never happened in the history of baseball. The rookie comes out there, Red Sox fan growing up, 8 innings, 12 strikeouts, no walks.
Mm-hmm.
Boone, he says, I'm going back out there. You're the guy, and he delivered. Think about that. That was a big ticket, too, we'll get to.
Oh, it's the best debut performance of our lifetime.
Our pro subscribers have exclusive access to our new AI player prop projections, powered by Opta-AI, the same trusted brand behind soccer analytics in the UK. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, across all the prop categories. We told you they love Stafford over. VSiN.com/props. Pro subscribers, see them now. Get it. VSiN.com/props.
I think you can only look under with everything for this game coming up next year on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you on board here on a Football Friday, live in Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. By the way, we're going to be doing the Sunday morning VSiN Pro Football Tailgate Show beginning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, as we do every single week. And about 30 minutes into that show, Pauly, on Sunday, we'll have our second now overseas game, this coming at you from London, as the Vikings are taking on the Browns. And this injury report from Minnesota, I was fearing the worst for them this week, and it doesn't look great. Imagine this against this Cleveland front, right, where Myles Garrett is more than a fly in the ointment. He dominates games for 3 hours. Donovan Jackson, rookie guard from Minnesota, out. Ryan Kelly, center, out. Michael Juergens, listed as a center as well, out. Brian O'Neill, tackle, out of the game. It's 3.5 offensive linemen that we're talking about here because one of them's not a starter.
Yep.
And now you have to take on a Browns rush defense that is second overall in adjusted air yards, line yards allowed, number 1 in running back yards allowed, 4th best stuffed rate, 2nd in the second level, and 7th best in the open field. We talked about this briefly yesterday with our buddy Paul Charchian. He thought it was a dead under on Jordan Mason with his rushing yards prop, as do I. I bet him under 66.5 earlier today. Like what?
Good.
This is for somebody who likes to bet the no defensive or special teams touchdown, and you parlay this stuff sometimes. You've been doing this for years, right? Would you actually consider ever betting a yes on a game like this? Rookie quarterback in there as well, Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, I've done it before, but I wouldn't do it here. I think the total open, was 41 now, 36.5. Certainly I don't trust Wentz. But this is a guy, hear about Judy. Quote, he knows what the coaching staff wants with the offense. It's going to be a completely different offense. Quick, get rid of it, short stuff. That's why I like Fannin over 26.5 yards. And I like Gabriel over 15.5 rushing yards. I also think he'll take off and run. It's the first time a rookie's made his debut in an international game. They got to kickstart this offense and get it going. 14 points per game, second lowest in the league. 17 points or fewer, 9 games in a row. Come on. And he's now the 41st quarterback since 1999 for the Factory of Sadness.
Right. So why shouldn't we play the Browns team total under in this game again?
Yeah, right. But I think the Vikings get it done. I think we've seen this before with Jacksonville. When you stay out there and get back-to-back games and the edge you have, going back with the history with the Jags who are 2-0, they covered first half, covered the game in those two. I think they also covered the second half. Thanks to Evan Abrams for that. I just think the Vikings will win and cover, but I don't think it's going to be a disaster for Gabriel. I know it's a tough assignment going against Flores, But certainly I think he'll be okay and move the ball a little bit against Minnesota, but I also think it's going to look different. And I think he'll try to scramble. He'll try to get the tight ends involved, and it's going to be short, quick stuff for the whole game with Stefanski.
Well, let me throw you this, because at vsin.com, you can go check out the Opta AI stat projections, like for every single game. They are projecting Dylan Gabriel to throw almost 2 INTs in this game.
Oh, that's all right.
But he's also almost $2 from what I was looking to throw an INT.
Oh, that high?
Just to throw 1 INT. It's one of the highest numbers I've ever seen.
Yeah, other than Winston back in the day, yeah.
Right.
That is a big boy.
That is Winston territory.
Yeah.
So you have that, and also at vsin.com, Steve Makinen's numbers, because Minnesota, this is a schedule spot to keep in mind here for both teams, one of which is the Browns now. They'll come back and play at Pittsburgh next week with no bye week, and the Steelers are on a bye week this week. So I think Pittsburgh's going to be very popular in week 6. But anyway, for this week, Makinen points out, play on any team heading into their bye week and playing as favorites in overseas or neutral field games. The record in doing so is 15-2-1 straight up and 13-5 ATS going back to 2008. That is the situation here the Minnesota Vikings are in. Part of me is scared to death about what it's going to look like for Carson Wentz, because he's going to have less than a second to throw the entire game.
Well, he holds on to the ball too long.
That's not a good recipe.
It's the other thing, right? But they better have it. I mean, this season goes sideways in a hurry if the Vikings lose this one.
Yep. Raiders at the Colts. Colts still at FanDuel -6.5, -118 with the juice in that game. A lot of other spots still have 7 here on the favor of the Colts. I was looking at all the the trench report numbers from our buddy Scott Seinberg yesterday. Massive run blocking edge here for the Colts. And surprise, surprise, Jonathan Taylor's rushing yards prop is astronomical.
230 to score a touchdown?
Very high. Now, here's the thing. Are you okay with the survivor entries that you have left? Are the Colts a consideration?
I'm going to save them. I'll go down with the ship with Arizona or the Bills. So I'll hold on to the Colts. Although I think the Colts win the game, and I bet the Colts. I think a big game for Warren here. I think Indy's going to get what they want on offense. I don't expect much out of Bowers, who's playing hurt. I think his prop under. I think Genty can have success on the ground again with the Michael Myers stance and what he's doing.
Bowers, by the way, I believe did not practice today.
Oh, not good.
Not good at all.
Right. So I know it was the Bears, but they finally got Genty going, although the loss of Colton Miller, although Pete Carroll singing the praises of the backup, who's going to take the place of Miller. And peekaboo, we got a new guy here. It's up on vsin.com in the article. I texted you. How about our boy Schrader? He is 4-0 to the over and 14 of 15 on the season in field goals. So I played him over 1.5 at Caesars, $1.30. And I also love both teams to make a 33-yard field goal in this game.
Oh, that's a good spot for this.
The kid's been great. Carlson's got a big leg as well.
Playing indoors, yeah.
So this is another guy to add on your kicking props as well, as he's been dynamite for the Colts this year.
Very good. We also have the Giants playing at the Saints. I'm looking at one book now, moving the Saints to multiple books, moving the Saints to 2.5-point favorites. Still plenty of 2s out there and 1.5. I think maybe here's the deal that, Paul, you might want to talk about, although it's a road game for the Giants. They are 13-0 under when coming off a win against the AFC. That's very random. However, since 2000 in general, they are 67% to the under, 58-29, and Brian Dable 22-9 under as a single-digit dog, which we've talked about plenty of times so far this year. And that's kind of the it's low 40s here. Also monitor this. Yeah. Lawrence today on the D-line listed as questionable. I think he's probably going to play because it was an illness, from what I understand. So 2 days out, he should be good, but who knows with that. Also, when you go back and look again what happened last week, to remind people, the Giants were outgained by the Chargers, 6 yards per play to 3.6. The Chargers were down multiple offensive linemen. Jackson Dart only threw for 111 yards in that game. The Giants got 2 turnovers, and as a result, had short fields to work with.
Right.
The Saints have played at Buffalo, at Seattle, where that's the one game where they got smoked, hosted, and were in it late against a healthy San Francisco team, and week 1 against Arizona as well. Now, Dart's props, he's minus 120 to throw an INT, but how about we come back with this? Because last Sunday on the Tailgate Show, Warren Sharp pointed out with all the RPOs they want to do, longest rush for Dart and Scadaboo, they both cleared like in the first quarter. Dart's 13.5, Scadaboo was 14.5 longest rush. I kind of like both of them again.
All right. He's 37.5 for the game. I was looking at that. The other thing is, the Saints got to get off to a hot start here. I mean, they've just been awful in the first quarter. Outscored 44-7 and 0-4 ATS if you want to play that angle. Rattler in rarefied air. 0-10 straight up in his career. Second worst all time. He's trying to get, it's a great nickname by his cousin Sal, Kaiser Soso. Kaiser with the Browns, who started 0-15. So they're favored, and this guy's yet to win a game. Though certainly I can't put all of it on him. So I'm interested to see what the kid looks like on the road now. You know how I feel about Scadaboo. And the defense did an excellent job last week as well. I did take the Saints, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I have them as well.
Yeah. But
it's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I'm betting on the worst team in football, or one of the worst teams in football anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll give you this we can come back to the Cowboys-Jets game a little bit later on. The Opta AI projections for Dak Prescott at vsin.com, they have him throwing 1.8 INTs in this game. So almost 2 games on average in this game. If they were to play it over and over and over again, you can get like plus 109 on him to throw an INT against this Jets defense and secondary.
He's been good. And the Jets
been really good.
Jets can't stop anything. Now Glenn has been doing those drills, right? Kind of like what Williams should do, walk around like the movie The Program, where everyone tries to take the ball, and if someone brings it to the coach, you're gone. But minus 7 turnovers. Glenn's ticked off about that. They've allowed 25 points in every single game. Oh, by the way, 40 penalties. Just beating themselves. So I think, again, there'll be a high-scoring game. Look at Fields' props with the rushing yards again. I think it's a big game for Breece Hall. Don't want to go Dallas longest made field goal. Folk came out there with the hit from 58 on Monday night. And the magic number, 21 for the Cowboys. Again, when the opponent has scored 21 points, Fields is 0-25 straight up career.
Yeah, and rest assured, the Cowboys are going to get the 21 points in this game.
Yeah.
Here's breaking news in the NFL. It's official now. Lamar Jackson is out for Sunday. Also, in that same game, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, also out for the Ravens. Kyle Hamilton missed his second straight practice with a groin injury, and offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley are both questionable in this game as they remain very small home dogs here to Houston this week. That game, 9.5 again on the opener last week for Baltimore. Now a dog at home because of all the injuries.
Yeah.
Professional sports bettor Chuck Edel on the program coming up next. Currently tied for second, Circa Friday Football Invitational. And we will get some of the best bets from the Iceman for this weekend, college and the NFL. Next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Thanks for checking out the show today on YouTube TV. Thanks for listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. We head out to the Progressive guest line here as professional sports bettor Chuck Edel joins the program now. He is the reigning champion in the Friday Football Circa Invitational during the football season this year. Tied for second place. 16-12 overall, 3-1 with the best bets. Chuck, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Let's begin. You're going to have a rare NFL game in this spot. Usually you go with, college, and then a lot of them are college totals here. But let's begin NFL. Pauly and I were just talking about this Cleveland-Minnesota game, and I would like Minnesota, but the injury report scares me to death, especially when you look at how many guys are going to be out for the offensive line, and then consider who they're going to be playing on defense. So was that enough for you to maybe fire on the other side here and go with the Browns?
That's a big part of it. No question, Mitch. That's part of it. Obviously, a lot's been talked about the quarterback situation. Gabriel's going to be starting the game over Flacco, but Flacco, the way Minnesota blitzes and the way Flacco stands straight up in the pocket, he had no chance against this team. I think they knew that, and they had to. It was time to make the change. Flacco had 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He really wasn't managing the game that well. They need somebody that, they're not going to expect a lot out of Gabriel. They're going to put him in there. He's much more athletic, obviously. He can move around. He does have a quick release. All they're going to really want him to do is manage the game, protect the ball. That's all they're going to expect out of him. And hopefully, it almost reminds me a little bit, I'm aging myself, but the 1984 Chicago Bears, the year before they won the Super Bowl, had an unbelievable defense. They had Steve Fuller at the quarterback position, and all they asked him to do was manage the game and let the defense win the game. Cleveland's been in every game just about, except the turnovers have been killing them with the Flacco 6 interceptions. So we'll see if Gabriel can make the difference here and not make mistakes. Kind of a rough spot for Cleveland too. They got the running back Quishon Judkins has been back a couple of games, and he has given that offense a little bit of a spark. Obviously, they don't have much there on offense. They just need to, but they're going to need him to run the ball. But like you said, Mitch, the main reason on this game is because of the Cleveland defense. They're going to face a Minnesota offensive line very beat up. This defense for Cleveland is second in the NFL versus the pass, 6th versus the rush, number 1 in total yards. And now they're going to have, Carson Wentz, they're going to be able to go against. And this Cleveland defense, their pass rush is so good, they don't even need to blitz, led by Myles Garrett. That's why they're able to have so much coverage on the secondary. I think Wentz is in big trouble this game. I mean, he's not the answer against a defense like this. And the 3.5 points is a huge number here in a game that appears to be very close. I like the 3.5.
Very good. To college now. And a friend had lunch with a big-time Texas Tech booster as they spent all that money on NIL. They're off to a great start. He said, quote, "We're going to kill Houston on Saturday." Do you agree?
Well, that's good. It's good info. I do agree. And they have spent a lot of money on this roster, and it's a good roster. Offense and defensive lines are monsters. I mean, the team somehow is still slightly under the radar. But they're gonna, they're making noise, and I think they're catching a lot of people's eyes. I mean, if you watch that Utah game, in Utah, very tough place to play, and I don't say they dominated the game because it took them a while to get going, but they beat them 34-10. They put up 484 yards against a good defense in Utah, and then on defense, they shut them down. So this is a good team. I mean, I think they're going to dominate both lines of scrimmage. Texas Tech averages 7.8 yards per play. They're only allowing 3.75. And, they're tied for first in the nation with 375 yards a game. Houston defensive secondary has not faced anything like this. This is almost a pro-style type offense that they're throwing at you. In the Utah game, the starting quarterback got hurt. Morton got hurt. He only played half the game. The backup, Will Hammond, he might even be better than the starter. He's a young kid. He played unbelievable. But I think this Houston team is, they're going up against a team that they're not going to see all season, maybe, like this Houston. I mean, and Houston struggled last week versus Oregon State. I mean, they couldn't run the ball. They ran the ball 30 times for 82 yards. I mean, against Oregon State. Now, Oregon State came into the game averaging 17 points a game. They put up 390 yards of offense on that team. So Houston is going to have some problems on both sides of the ball. And I think Texas Tech, interstate rival, they definitely, compete for trying to get players. And I really think that Texas Tech runs the score up here and embarrasses Houston.
Follow the money, Pauly and Mitch, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Chuck the Iceman Edel, our guest on the Progressive Guest Line. Cincinnati favored against the road team and ranked Iowa State. Well, you're looking at the total, 55.5.
Yeah, last week we had the under in the Cincy against Kansas, and that was a bad calculation on my part of how bad that Kansas defense was. And the game still had a chance with a minute and a half left, and they scored some points there at the end. But this should be a better spot. They're playing an Iowa State team who has a solid defense, 14.2 points a game. They like to run the ball, and they like to shorten games, Iowa State. That's kind of their offensive game plan with Coach Matt Campbell over there. They're averaging 65 plays a game, and their defense has been solid, and it's been against pretty good offenses. They played Kansas State, now they played Iowa, so I won't throw them in there. But Arizona last week, Arkansas State, Arizona came into last week's game averaging 37 points a game, and they got completely shut down. So now, and Cincy on offense, I think we talked about it last week, they appear to play fast at times, but they're only averaging 59.5 plays a game. That's one of the lowest in the entire country, and their defense playing well, only allowing 18 points a game. Now, the Iowa State's defense got banged up a little bit in that last game with their secondary, but they do have a lot of depth there. I think they could slow down the quarterback, Sorsby, and we'll see what happens. But I know Iowa State, their game plan is definitely run the ball, shorten the game, and I don't think we're going to see a track meet in this one. And with that total, I should be looking at about 56 right now. I do like it to go under.
All right, very good. It's Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Chuck the Iceman Edel. The rest of his plays for this week, he'll give you all 7 tonight on the Friday Football Invitational. You'll get them from Matt Humans as well. That show is on for 3 hours. It follows us beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern time every single Friday, and Chuck is the reigning champ, tied for second place right now. You're a Chicago guy. You're a big Cubs guy. Have you had a chance to dive into the series price yet against the Brewers? And if so, do you like the Cubbies' chances here?
I think they got a fighting chance. I mean, I know that it appears to be a little bit of a cheap line, but the Cubs have won 7 of 13 games that matched up with Milwaukee. And my heart's on the Cubs, obviously, here. I'm not going to get involved with the series price. I'll be just rooting for them. I know that the starting pitching has been they've been juggling some of the starting pitching. I'm not really comfortable with that, but if they could keep hitting the ball like they did, the other day, I know that they've had a few days where their bats were quiet. So Milwaukee's a good team too. Milwaukee doesn't make mistakes, really solid pitching, defense. So it's going to be a great series. It might be a day-by-day type betting, game, but the series itself, I didn't do anything with, but I'll be rooting for the Cubs, obviously. And teams are only about an hour away from each other, so there'll be a lot of Cub fans in Milwaukee, as probably some Milwaukee fans in Chicago as well.
No doubt. That's going to be interesting to watch how it unfolds with the home crowds there. Chuck, we thank you for your time as always. We appreciate that, and best of luck this weekend, okay?
All right, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend, guys.
Back at you. There you go. Professional sports bettor Chuck Edel on the Progressive Guest Line. What do you make of the Brewers-Cubs series price?
I'm surprised it's that low.
Boy, oh boy,
That's
man.
not a lot of respect for the Brewers, who had the best record, the best run differential. They were great at home. The Cubs' best pitcher isn't out there. You're looking, I read Rhea in Game 1 and then probably Boyd in Game 2. Peralta's rested, ready to go. I think he's I'll get it coming up. He's on a sick run at home. Priester went 19 games in a row without losing.
Now, there's no Woodruff here in the series.
Right, yeah.
He's not going to be back.
Yeah. And I can hit. Everyone's just concerned because they don't have any power. Yeah. And, they'll small ball you to death. That's fine. They play good defense. They'll swipe some bags.
Here's the thing.
And I love that they're number 1 in the league and getting the guy in on third with less than 1 out.
Right. That was a thing, Pauly, for the entire regular season.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a guy or multiple guys who are going to hit 40 home runs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did they win 97 games on accident? Is that what it was? Like $1.30 to win the series?
I mean, okay, congratulations. The Cubs beat the Padres, but the Padres embarrassed themselves. They scored 5 runs.
Yeah, I don't take a lot of stock into that. I would say that the Cubs pitching limiting the Padres lineup to nothing for the 3 games. Okay, but that's who the Padres are.
Yeah, bad on the road.
That's exactly right. And they had a piss poor record against teams that are in the playoffs.
That too. Yep. It's a different animal here. I like the Brewers.
Yeah, I don't know. Numbers are numbers, right? Yeah. But I wonder, if you had a different name across the front of their jersey from a bigger city, would they, if they were the Mets and had the same exact numbers, would they be $1.30? I don't know about that.
97 and 69 with home field? Great home record, that price?
Yeah. Pauly's going to recap some of the huge tickets that cashed last night and win some, lose some next here on VSiN.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Great job by the New York Post with the headline, Holy Schlit. Most strikeouts, Cam plus 250. He was 16-1 to have 10-plus Ks. 8 innings, 12 Ks. No walks, no runs, standing ovation. What a performance.
That is
all-time
ultimate chance to ladder somebody. And it's not going to come around very often like that again.
Oh, he had it going, baby.
Yep.
And
there was no reason to yank him.
Nope.
Because the velocity was still touching 99 late in the game.
Incredible. Most runs, Tigers 7-1. Dingler to go deep 8-1. Merrill plus 550. Bush 4-1. Teams to win Game 1 in the Wild Card Series round, 14-1. Yankees first team to lose Game 1 and win the series. Favorites 9-2 so far. Cubs win their first series since 2017. Let's get to Thursday Night Football. Great job, Paul Charchian. Great job, Ryan Kramer. First touchdown, Tongas 22-1. 25 at some spots, anytime, plus 425, which Charch gave out. 49ers in play before the fumble by Williams, plus 575. Plus 350 before the game to win. Overtime, 14-1. Most yards receiving, Bourne, 9-1. Oh, what a performance.
I was on the wrong guy, although Robinson went over his prop, so that was all right. But Bourne was the guy to ladder. What was he to get to 125 plus?
Great call.
You know?
Good job by Caesars. Williams and McCaffrey, 10 yards rushing every quarter, 30-1. Cash it.
That got there.
Doesn't seem that hard, but it did. Mac Jones, 50 yards each quarter, 9-1. Mac Jones, 300 yards, 7-1. Both quarterbacks to complete 25 passes, 10-1. McCaffrey and Puka to score, plus 285.
Oh, that's to complete 25 passes overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said to complete 25-yard passes.
Oh, is that what I said?
No, I thought.
Oh, no, 25 passes. No,
but that's
25 completions. That's a better way to say it.
That's tough to pull off for both quarterbacks, yeah.
Stafford to throw for 300, plus 420. Adams, 80 yards, plus 240.
Yeah.
Williams, 10 yards each quarter, 3-1. McCaffrey did it as well, 5. Missed extra point, plus 280.
What a debacle.
Oh, man. Always taking your requests. Send them in. We'll give you a shout out. Happy birthday to Leighton Scott, who turned 7. 60 people will be at our party tomorrow. Pizza, cake, margarita machine for the adults, jump house, and a pool. Can't beat that.
What kind of pizza?
I think it's going to be an eclectic mix, eh? In terms of what? And a little Mama's Pizza will be
Is it
there,
going to be?
too.
I'm hoping it's going to be Mama's. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to get the Mama's Pizza. How about I put this under win some. What do you think? How about what the Phillies are rolling out? The 999 challenge?
I know where you're going here, big guy.
You get 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and you eat one and drink one every inning. Can you pull it off? You got to call Chestnut with that. It's $50.
Oh my God, he would be able to pull off the 2020 in 9 innings, no problem. I'm guessing.
Postseason special. Oh man, the pictures. I retweeted the picture of what they're doing.
Well, there's no way I could do the 999 now. I don't think I ever could have in my entire life.
Yeah.
However, I think I could probably do like the 4 in 4, and then it just catches up with me and I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a fast eater and I can drink beer exceedingly fast. Mm-hmm. So I think I could whack down like 4 beers and 4 hot dogs in the first 4 innings, and then I'd just be miserable for the rest of the day.
Okay. And Pauly does Vegas on Instagram. Great job, everyone. Send them in. We'll put you on. Give us a follow and send your videos in. How about this? How about number 4 here? How about the dogs begging for food compilation? How good is this? The guy goes right after the bowl and he's howling and yelling, knocking it down. This guy's got the bowl in his mouth. Come on, fill me up. Let's go. Come on. I want something to eat. He puts the, oh, look at this one. Look at the boxer. He got the fake rotisserie chicken and then he's licking the window. Oh, these are good. And there's so much of these are the dogs, actually the dog bringing the ball to the owner and barking. Oh, the big fella. Got his paw in it. He's yelling. He's barking, throwing a fit. Another one, dropping it right in front of the human. Fill me up. Come on. Oh, this guy's great. We've seen this one before. He's chucking the ball.
No, they get violent.
Oh, I know. But I'm so hungry. Come on. Standing by the food.
Right in the bed.
He brings it home, brings it in the bed, wakes the owner up. Come on, I'm hungry. And right there. And there's the husky coming out, bringing the ball. These are awesome. Send that to me, Johnny. I'll put that up. That's awesome. Compilation of dogs that are hungry. And it's over and over about bringing the ball into 2 in the morning. Lose some. Rams 3 up to 8.5. No good. The under 47 down to 43.5. Take that CLV and stick it. Also, Padres. 5 runs in the series. Fewest in a series in team history. Now, I understand it was one of the worst calls I've ever seen with the strike 3 on Bogarts. And thank God we'll know more of this because you can put it in next year with the replay, the challenge, whatever.
Right.
But you can't come out and say it cost us the game. You're down 3-1.
Yeah.
You can't assume Keller's going to hit the next 2 guys either.
No, be better,
but
guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Also, remember Michael Mizrachi, the main event champ who was in studio? Told the story about his, I made some bad investments. I bought an RV after I wanted. Well, he didn't get into detail, But he paid, I think, $800,000 for an RV. As soon as he bought it, he got into a car accident. And then he just sold it and took the loss. As soon as he got it. That's what happened.
He failed to leave out some of the most important details of that entire story.
Oh, I wish he would have got into that more about...
Like, what does an $800,000 RV look like?
I know. It's your big boy. That's very good. That's a tough beat.
Do you have any idea what he sold it for?
I was told $450. Just be done with it. That's it. Before the line moves, Sharp Play's already there. They don't just follow the market, they help move it. Powered by advanced AI, plugged into trusted insider sources. Sharp Plays delivers the edge serious bettors use every day. Free reports, real-time alerts, market-moving insights, straight to your inbox or X feed. They've been at it since 2011. Jeff and the crew, documented results, public logs, transparent receipts, sharpplays.com. Trusted by pros, watched by the books. Visit sharpplays.com. Stay ahead of the line. Happy birthday late, and also thanks for shaming me into get a new phone as well when I was out there. She goes, get a new phone. What are you doing? I did. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see here. Of your remaining Survivor entries that you have left, you referenced this earlier in the show. Are you leaning Arizona?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay with the extra time and fading the worst team in the league and a team that's on a 3-18 ATS run and a team that's pathetic offensively and been sacked. Well, most sacked team in the league as well. Yeah.
Anybody else that you'd use? I got one left on the Bills. I'll probably throw them on there. Okay.
You?
I will not be using Arizona this week.
Really?
At all.
Why?
I want nothing to do with
Why?
them. Because have you watched them play?
Have you seen Tennessee?
Oh, I know they're awful.
At home with extended rest.
I get that. And look, I'm the first guy who will tell you that maybe you should just forget who you want to pick to win. Pick on who is going to lose. Like these teams are, we have like 6-7 teams in the NFL right now that are pure trash. So Tennessee, for sure. But I also think like if there's going to be a team that's going to have a stink bomb and lose to one of the bad teams, Kyler Murray just doesn't do the job for me. Yeah. And Marvin Harrison, not until late in that game last Thursday, it was a total abomination with him. They're down to like their third and fourth running backs. Not that that's all the be-all, end-all. But we also, like, it's going to be tough, I have to admit. Maybe this is the week where you start to see, like, a lot of carnage coming in.
Well, if you want to use the Colts, I'm fine with that, too.
I just like think, the Colts, yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll move the ball against the Raiders. Won't have any issues.
No, the Colts do have that same Tennessee team coming up in Week 8.
Yep, there
and
you
that's going to be in Indy.
Yep, coming up, yep.
I like the Colts this week. Honestly, if Minnesota wasn't so banged up, I would be pro-Vikings, even in Survivor this week. But I can't trust that offensive line. And how about what David Baker told us yesterday, a professional poker player. He won the Westgate Super Contest. In the same year, he finished second here at Circa Millions, loved Survivor. He came on. You can go back and listen to it from yesterday's program. Wherever you get your podcast, just search Follow the Money. He said it feels to him, people he's talking to, Seattle is becoming increasingly popular this week based on all of the injuries to the Buccaneers. And the extended rest, too, because the Seahawks played last Thursday night.
Yep. Bucky's out. Evans out. Nasty Seattle defense.
Yeah.
Okay. That's stepping out.
Up to 4 right now, too.
Yeah, that's stepping out.
That is. It is. You got to do that a lot of times.
Be interested. Can't wait Saturday night to see how many people here are on the Rams. I think it's going to be a big number.
So do I.
And,
I also...
as I referenced earlier, there were 80 people left at the Westgate $5,000 buy-in contest, and you were one of the 26 that used them.
Yep. I also, the revisionist history from last night, and all the people now who are breaking out the rules that you have to live by. Well, guys, I got news for you. You have 20 weeks in Circa. You have 18 over at the Westgate. You can't have 49 rules to live by.
Yeah, division game.
You can't play a division game. You can't play a Thursday night game. You can't just like...
How about if half the team's out?
Yeah, does that qualify at all for anything?
Yeah. Hey, Shanahan's unbelievable. We coached him up. Mac was great. Mac was putrid and awful down the stretch in New England. Yep. It was good for him. But I was also, look what had to happen for you to lose that game. You know, if you say, tell me the Rams fumble at the 1, miss extra point, kicking issues, special teams, whatever.
They're $1,000 favorite to win the game. First and goal there at the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. VSiN host Mike Somich on the program coming up next. His best bets, sides, totals, player props, even a couple of ladder bets the way it appears next here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.